If I have to fold one more box, I'm gonna snap.
Juicy snap. Stab it with Slim Jim.
Before the invention of cardboard pizza boxes, pizzas were generally carried out in paper bags. This is a bag from 1954, and look at this guy. Look at his tiny head and his giant mustache and the weird way he holds the spatula with his giant thick piece of pizza. And look at how it kind of appears that he just set the tray down on his arm. That's how I do it. While pizza is Italian, it also has roots in the United States. Tomatoes did not exist in Italy until after Columbus discovered America. Some credit Columbus with bringing tomatoes back from the New World. Others credit this guy, Hernan Cortez. Rafael Esposito is often credited with making the first modern pizza in Naples in 1889. There is a legend about the very first pizza delivery. This is Queen Margherita of Savoy. At one point she fell ill, but wanted to taste that delicious pizza. So Raphael delivered one to her, and he designed it to look like the Italian flag. Tomato for the red, basil for the green, and mozzarella for the white. And this is where the term margherita pizza comes from. The first patent for a pizza box was filed in 1963. However, Domino's had been open for 3 years at that point, and it is believed that they had created the pizza box and had not actually filed for a patent.
Domino's Pizza delivers. Quality is making it to your door. We're taking it Domino's Pizza.
Here's the famous winking chef, very commonly seen on pizza boxes, especially in the 80s. Here's one of the modifications I found. Sometimes he's not winking, other times he's not giving the okay sign, because apparently this doesn't mean nice things in every culture. Here you can see a very modified version of the winking chef, but that's indeed the same illustration. According to the obituary for Gil Fox, the DC Comics creator of Plastic Man, he also drew the original winking chef. Now here's a pizza box for you. On one side it says pizzeria, the other side it says ristorante. Both of them are far classier than a regular pizza shop. Like how the window looks like it has like a ton of spittoons all the way around it. I gotta spit. I never want to miss. Look at this little guy with his weird little boots and then his face, but no head. He's got a hat and no head to surround his face. I'm a drawing him. Does he need a head? No, just the face.
Who is it?
It's Little Nero, sir. I have your pizza.
These early pizza boxes were made out of a very lightweight cardboard. It was similar to the type that pastry shops would use to sell their pastries in. The problem was when you had pizza boxes stacked on top of each other, they would sag down and ruin the cheese. So in 1974, a man named Daniel Claudio Troglia invented these things, the little tiny pizza table. This one I like because it uses a little less plastic and then it looks like a Mercedes symbol. Hey Joe, you always want a Mercedes. I put it on the top of your pizza. This one just says pizza, which I think is actually confusing because this is the side that touches the box. Pizza should be written in really tiny letters on here. Commonly used as like dollhouse tables or for G.I. Joes. Look at this. If E.T. wanted to play Pac-Man, this would be perfect for him. Do you know that Pizza Hut partnered with IKEA to make a full-size version of these? So here's a more commonly seen modern box. They're corrugated cardboard, much sturdier when stacked on top of each other.
Hello. Looks good. You betcha my life. And it's delicious.
Look at this guy. He's just running with the pizza. Either that or somebody broke his leg. You've tried all the rest. Now try the best. It's pretty presumptuous. Here's another weird little chef about to be kicked by the boot. I guess he's throwing two pizzas up in the air at the same time. It sort of looks like two giant Pringles. When I was a kid, I always thought that he had a lasso. I mean, it made sense. He has the neckerchief like a cowboy. And as a kid, I wanted to play with a lasso. Why wouldn't I think the pizza guy wanted to play with a lasso?
Don't think of it as one pizza. Think of it as one pizza and one box.
What am I going to do with a box?
Ever hear of origami?
What's that?
A pterodactyl.
Enjoy your delicious moment. I like how these two guys look so dissimilar in art style. It's not even like they belong on the same block of cartoons on Saturday morning. This guy in the front with the pursed lips just looking all smarmy. He looks kind of well drawn, kind of realistic. And then the other guy in the back is just like honk, honk. He lives in Doug Funny's town. I like how he's cutting the pizza, but he just put the roller right in the center of the pizza. Or he's placing a pepperoni with tongs. I think this guy's naked under his apron. Don't like it. Look, if you're tired of Italian chefs, Pope Francis is probably the way to go. You could eat that in church. This is the Domino's Pizza logo that they adopted in the year 1965. It had 3 dots, one for each of their locations at the time. The owner planned to add another dot for each location they added, but they expanded so quickly that he decided to stick with just the 3. As Domino's expanded, they worked with Frank Lloyd Wright's company to create a new headquarters. It was going to be leaning, and they were going to call it the Leaning Tower of Pizza. The idea was eventually scrapped when representatives from Frank Lloyd Wright's company decided that a Leaning Tower of Pizza was not exactly keeping in the vision of Frank Lloyd Wright. However, you can view this 50-foot model of the Leaning Tower of Pizza over at the Domino's headquarters in Ann Arbor. I get Domino's from time to time. When I hear younger people say how bad it is, I'm like, oh, you have no idea. It used to be way worse. Sometimes when I order it, I get it in this weird, super classy looking box. And I know that's when I either select hand tossed or pan, but I can't tell you the difference in taste because they all taste exactly like a Domino's pizza.
Congratulations, pizza maker!
Here's a pizza box from Little Caesars, and I want you to pay attention to the markings at the bottom of his toga. It's an L and a C.
Little Caesar's Pizza, tastiest in town. A winner and we slice it all the way around.
We started out talking about pizza being delivered in bags, and that's exactly what Little Caesars did for a while. They had this kind of cardboard insert that the pizzas would be on, but that would slide into a bag. You see that it's 2 pizzas you would get. That's where the phrase pizza pizza came from.
At Little Caesars, you always get
Pizza, pizza.
2 great pizzas for 1 low price.
Look at this. I got this. This has been on the couch behind me the whole time. I just noticed it over my shoulder. It's pizza. I got this Leaning Tower of Pizza when I went on a cruise that had a stop in Italy. And I did not go to see the Leaning Tower of Pizza because it was like, I think 2 hours from the port to there and then back. And, you know, I had enough time to do it, but that's all I could have done. And I got to say, I got off the ship. I ate pizza at the nearest place. I saw an old church and I saw an old building. And I was like, it's the same stuff I'll see on the other side. I can check the History Channel to look at it, but maybe one day I'll go back. Because this, I do always want to see because Superman straightened it out in the Superman movie. So that's the significance of this. This is supposed to fall down at some point, but I think it's long after all of us are gone. But this, I think, is not gonna, I don't know if they can keep it up forever. I love hearing about the invention of these things. I like hearing behind the scenes stories about food like that. You know, Paul Newman started out his salad dressing business in his shed. Him and a buddy mixed up that salad dressing in like an old wash tub. And then they bottled it in old wine bottles and gave it to all his friends. And they liked it so much they wanted him to put it in a store. And then it sold so well they had to mass market it. It's a great story. I'm going to put that video right up here. I dug into the whole thing, give you all the behind the scenes, some really funny anecdotes. And then over on this side will be the video YouTube says is best for you. So you can choose either one, and I'll see you back here next time.